Hey YouTube, John with Grunt Reviews. This will actually be a first time for me, per viewer request. I had a request in from one of our YouTube viewers to compare the FN509LS Edge to the VP9 Long Slide. So we're going to put them on the tabletop, compare them side by side. I'll give you my thoughts. Guys, as always, please go down below, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date. And if you like what we're doing for you here at the channel, click the link in the description and feel free to buy us a coffee. Let's get into it. So this will not quite be a direct comparison. This is my original VP9 and I did buy the long slide kit for it when those came out. Obviously they are now offering these both in an optics ready and in a standard platform, and they have upgraded from 15 to 17 round mags with the new follower. And this particular one I shot USPSA for a couple seasons with, so it does have a Lobos trigger, has a couple of titanium striker, the cool little red backplate, and a couple of other goodies built onto it. But I wanted to talk about overall both firearms. So starting with the mags, this does have a Taylor Freelance extension on it, but they do both come with 17 round magazines, and I have a feeling that Taylor Freelance will have an extension for the FN if he doesn't have it out already. So magazine capacity, they are both identical. Both have nice high visibility followers, orange and red, and are about equal in size side by side. So not a huge difference there. For me, the biggest difference with this is the overall ergonomics of the pistol. So with the VP9, the texturing it's okay. But the ergonomics, the fact that you can adjust the back strap, the side panels, I actually really do like the finger grooves. The VP9 just fits in the hand very, very well. The FN still fits in the hand nicely. Obviously doesn't have the finger grooves. That's a point of preference. Some like them, some don't. But the texturing on the FN is so much better than the VP9. It's aggressive without being too aggressive to carry it. It just feels really good in the hand, really solid. Honestly, if I could get the FN texturing on the VP9, that would probably be about the perfect grip for an out-of-the-box pistol. In terms of actual feel in the hand, side by side, to me, the VP9 feels taller, and even though it doesn't look taller, I'll try to get a good view in there, it does feel just a little bit bigger. And I should mention this is also a Taylor Freelance magwell, so it will add a little bit of height to the bottom on the VP9. Sight-wise, I do love the fact that the VP9 comes with that nice big high-vis fiber and of course adjustable rear sights, which is always nice shooting limited division or even just shooting at the range. Whereas the FN uses that smaller fiber. I do like the green though, and it does have a non-adjustable. You'd have to drift the sights. Overall sight radius, the VP9 actually has, if we set these up side by side, the VP9 has just a little bit more sight radius on it. That's a real big deal to some people. I don't notice a huge difference, but that little bit of extra can help you for taking those longer shots. Slide-wise, for being basically the same barrel and the same slide, the VP9 just feels a little bit smoother, and I don't know if that's because it has that O-ring barrel to get that nice lockup. But the FN to me just feels a little bit grittier. There's several thousand rounds through this one. There's only a couple hundred through this one, so some of that will factor into it. But that is just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Trigger-wise, even though this is an aftermarket trigger, it sits in the same spot. I do like the VP9 in the sense that it has a little bit longer reach to it. For me, I've got longer fingers, so I really have to bend them to get on the 509, and it just feels a lot more natural on the VP9. So once again, guys, it's a personal preference thing. Your mileage and hand size may vary. The last thing I will talk about is the ambidextrousness, and I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going with it, of both firearms. So the VP9, as HK has done forever, does use that mag release right there in the trigger guard. Some people love it, some people hate it. Once again, your mileage may vary. I actually really like it. You're able to hit it with your middle finger, you're able to hit it with your trigger finger, you're able to hit it with your thumb, you're very easily able to hit it with your support hand, but you don't have to worry about your fingers pressing on it and accidentally dropping a mag. So me, I do like that. The slide release on the, I'm going to call it the lefty shooter side, does feel a little bit like an afterthought. Has a little bit of play in it before it actually releases. It's got kind of a mushy feel, but it does work very well. The FN is the same thing on both sides. It definitely doesn't look like an afterthought. It looks like it actually belongs, which visually I do like. They put a nice little guard on it on both sides to keep you from accidentally engaging it or riding your finger on it and holding the slide up. So that was good thinking by them. The downside is even though the mag release will work from both sides, you do have to disassemble the whole thing and pull the mag release out, flip it around. A little bit more of a pain to convert this truly for a left-handed shooter, whereas the VP9, no conversion, pull it out of the box, rocked, cocked, ready to go. Outside of that, both use a very similar extractor there. Both make fantastic barrels. The only difference on those, as you saw earlier, is the VP9 does use an O-ring. People say that improves lockup and improves accuracy. The trade-off is every once in a while you do have to go in and replace that O-ring. The other nice thing with the VP9 you get is the cocking indicator. So it will actually show you that the striker is back, and you do not get that with the FN. Once again, not a big deal to some people, but just wanted to highlight the differences. And then takedown, both are accomplished the same way. You swing your takedown lever out of the way and pull them off. Guys, hope this answered all of your questions. Hope this gives you a little bit more insight into both firearms. If you do have a question, guys, drop it down below. I'm active on Reddit and Facebook as well too. Feel free to fire it off. We're glad to answer anything we can. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, train hard.